Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in our The Elder King series. A couple of quick notes to get started. I'm going to go through this as quickly as I can so as not to spend too much of the beginning of the episode talking. But, number one, I am now running the brand new Windows 10 update, the Creators Update as they're calling it. Just for those of you who might be curious, I am not running with game mode turned on during recording because my initial test of that did not go well. I can't actually see the timer for my episode on Bandicam running normally, which is kind of important. And also I found that once I finished with a game and just went back to the desktop, performance was kind of screwed up, almost as if the system didn't properly reallocate its resources after I closed the game that I was running game mode in. So I think they're still ironing out some kinks there, at least for certain system configurations. Mine is a fairly typical system configuration. There's nothing really special about mine. I've got good hardware. So I'm not quite sure what the issue was, but I'm not running with game mode. But the reason I bring it up is because obviously I'm running with a new version of Windows, and you guys are much more capable of noticing small changes in performance that I might not notice because I'm commentating while I'm playing. Please do let me know over the next couple of episodes, over this one and the next couple of episodes, you know, as far as what you might see where that seems different from what you've expected from Civilization 5 playthroughs that I've done in the past. So there's that, number one. Number two, it was brought to my attention, and I'm very dismayed by this, that you're actually not supposed to be able to make peace with city-states like Lisbon after one turn here. Now Lisbon, I can't remember how long ago they declared war on me, but I'm going to assume this is turn one. And I kind of knew this, but when I noticed recently in, I think, either another online playthrough or possibly an offline game that you can make peace more immediately, I assume maybe it had something to do with envoys present, but in Lisbon it clearly doesn't. I can make peace with them right now if I wanted to, but I only have one envoy and Cleopatra has 10, so it really shouldn't have anything to do with envoys. Basically what it comes down to is it's a bug, and I didn't know this, and I really did not intend in any way to take advantage of the fact that I could make peace with these city-states instantly. I think I could have easily defended myself against, for instance, Seoul when they were south of me and on China's side for a bit. So going forward in the series, I'm totally not concerned about it, and I didn't mean to do it. I will absolutely give each city-state 10 turns before I hit that button. That's how we're going to kind of make up for the fact that there's a bug. I wasn't aware, and I appreciate the person who brought that up because it definitely wasn't my intention to exploit anything. So let's go ahead and upgrade this archer to a crossbowman, and now we got a nice boost for metal casting as well. Looks like China's made peace with a couple of the city-states because China, in fact, made peace with us. Oh, yes, that's right. We're only at war with Cleopatra now. Now, what should our next project be? We're doing pretty well tech-wise. We're pretty much out in front. We could maintain that by going for universities next, and I'm kind of tempted to do so. We could also go ahead and go for knights, which we're going to need these as Cyrus because, as I talked about, you know, let's go ahead and go for this. We're only 5 turns away from it. As I've talked about, and we haven't had a chance to scout too deeply into Egypt, but this is all just really hilly terrain, grassland, hills, jungle. There's a couple of very small land bridges leading into both of my enemies' territories. These are not going to be easy invasions, and believe me, I would have loved to have a lot of early game warfare and had a lot of different, you know, battles going on, kind of like I talked about in episode 1, but you never know what the map in Civ 6 is. The map in Civ 6 is a player in and of itself. It's a part of the game, and you never know quite the hand it's going to do you. And in this case, I have a very nice kind of closed off area of land that I've been able to develop on my own. That's the upshot. But unfortunately, it's not really easy to consider just charging in and taking one of these. One of the things I might do is establish a city like on the coast of this lake. Like I talked about putting a city here, potentially. Someone pointed out that would be a fantastic canal city, and I agree. Might take a little bit too much trouble to establish one there as opposed to establishing one here that would give us an easy in to China's territory. But yeah, it's an interesting map. It's given us some blessings and some curses. Definitely some double-edged swords. Let's go ahead and we've already got our builder in that area. We've got one. So why not? I could do another harbor. Or, you know what, yeah, let's go for the granary next. Let's go for those basic buildings. Speaking of growth, let's go ahead and improve that farm there so the city does well going forward. And good, I can put you on production focused now. Let's make sure that I've done the same in all of my... So yeah, Susa could get a nice production boost from having that turned on. But it's not going to change how soon the granary gets here, so I'd rather leave that off for now. Anywhere else that I'm not using it? That's not going to make a difference just yet. We need to have some, probably some lumber mills set up there. And I don't believe we have lumber mill tech yet, as a matter of fact. So, got the Forbidden City building in Pasargadae. We're going just wonder happy this series. We have such a production powerhouse in Pasargadae that it's just been a tremendous focus. All right, let's definitely get a, we're going to do a Payir da Azah here so that we get access to that gold bonus. Cleopatra wants peace. I'm going to refuse. Now, in the previous series that I was playing, which was the Alexander series, Congo was just unreasonably powerful against me, despite the fact that I let his Warmonger penalty build up for several turns. I rejected several peace deals. You guys probably remember this. But it's worth bringing up for people who maybe haven't watched the Alexander series, and maybe this is the first series of mine they've watched, or they just happen not to have watched Alexander. I'm not sure that the tactic I'm currently using on Cleopatra will actually work. I'm just kind of hoping that it will, because it was kind of rough. Let's go ahead and head up there, and we need to... Actually, how many charges do you have? Good. Let's improve the fish, and then go improve that cattle. Somebody pointed out to me that building a city here on Susa would be bad because then, you know, Tarsus wouldn't be able to take advantage of the sheep. Again, as long as we are...
The three great elements of modern civilization.
You're interrupting me, dude.
Gunpowder, printing.
You're interrupting me.
And the Protestant religion.
Okay, so I don't want to close this because I want to look at this too. But as long as we are suzerain of Auckland, the shallow water tiles near Tarsus are all providing production. And the desert tiles are all providing production because of Petra. So I don't need the sheep. I just don't. I mean, I've got so many other things that make that city more productive than that one tile. So no worries there. Now, we do have the access to theocracy, so we're probably going to switch to that right now. +4 combat strength when fighting civilizations that follow other religions. That is going to be tempting because they don't quite follow our religion yet, and I think that counts. We might be able to look that up and see if there's a little bit more detail on that. And then, of course, Simultaneum, which doubles the faith yield from Holy Site district buildings. And I'm kind of tempted to implement that right away. But let's go ahead and go for Theocracy first, because we're going to be able to buy land combat units with faith. We're already a faith powerhouse. And we get a 15% discount on faith purchases. And some extra government slots as well. So this is just a win across the board. Let's go ahead and consider... Yeah, it seems like that Wars of Religion is going to be the best policy to choose from. 50% production towards medieval, Renaissance, and industrial era heavy and light cavalry units. It's not bad. Yeah, that's going to be Wars of Religion for our new military policy. And then, as far as economic policies, we still have our production bonus and our wonders bonus. We're still using that to great effect. +2 gold from all trade routes will be nice later on. But for now, I'm just going to go for the Simultaneum because, again, this is going to double our... We've got 27.4 now. Wait for it. 42.7. So, nice big jump there to get started with... to get our faith jump started. All right, so it looks like Tamiris might have been the player that was defeated because she's still way back here in the Ancient Era. So that answers that question. Plus, we never met Tamiris, so that actually confirms it. She was the player that was defeated. Let's go for... These are just policy related. Ooh, +1 gold from each of your envoys at city-states. That could be useful. Yeah, let's go for that because we need to go for humanism as well. Notice we now are approaching a point where we can have great works of art and artifacts. So we will finally start being able to build towards, you know, piling up some culture and getting ready for a culture victory. So yeah, notice I can now also buy units with faith. It's going to be crazy how much we can do here. All right, Susa is ready for its first district. Should I go for Theater Square here too? I really feel like I should. I've got one here. This is a Theater Square, right? Yeah, it is. I've got one here in Tushpa. I've got one. Where else did I build one? I feel like I built one more already. Or is that just the only? Is that the only one? Well, yeah. Then absolutely, let's do a Theater Square. We are a culture. That would be a good tile for it, though. Putting it near the pyramids. Maybe I'll wait until I can take advantage of that tile. What about a campus? Commercial hub, maybe? Yeah, there's a couple of good tiles for commercial hub, including the sheep tile, which is less production than the woods tile. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. And let me double check what the sheep bonus is real quick, just to make sure I'm not giving up something that I'm forgetting about. +1 food. Yeah, okay. Not giving up anything extraordinary. Done. All right, so new commercial hub done in 22 turns. Go to the next turn, please. 3 turns away from a new citizen in Pasargadae, which is quite nice. Hopefully they will also go into production because the city's on production focus. They should find the tile with the most production yield, with the biggest addition to production.
Simple as the stirrup, but few have had so catalytic an influence on history.
Okay. Yeah, in a couple of turns we'll see how that changes. Now we have access to knights. I kind of want to go for cartography pretty soon. But I kind of want to go for education first. Also, there's an argument to be made for going for Huiteokali, but because we are going to have a city on a lake fairly soon. Let's go ahead and go for education, though. All right, so we improved that, and you might have seen one of the upcoming policies is we're going to get +1 gold once we finish a certain research policy from all fish that we are working. Fish tiles that we're working, like the one we just set up. So that's a good thing. Now over here, let's go ahead and go for, we need housing. All right, the lighthouse will provide housing. Can we potentially purchase the lighthouse? We could if we had a little bit more gold. But let's go ahead and build that by itself. Tarsus is on production focus, right? Yes, it is. Okay, let's see how much this changes. We're 22 turns away from the Forbidden City right now, but we're about to get our new citizen. Money, money, money. Ah, damn. All right, so that didn't help really much of anything. Even if I turn off food production, it doesn't even help. That's unfortunate. Interesting. Actually, if I turn off production focus, Pasargadae grows faster. And yet Forbidden City arrives in the same amount of turns. So I think I'll let that have its way. And here, I do want to have a new settler pretty soon, but not at a city that's going to take this many turns. So let me go ahead and build a new trader in Ray, because it looks like we do have access to a new trader. We need to take advantage of that. Let's definitely improve the pasture here. And now that we have that tile, let's see if... Yep, okay, switching back to production focus now that we have one more production tile, did in fact improve the production time on the Forbidden City. We want that as soon as possible. That's going to give us another wildcard slot. Again, we are going wonder happy, despite the fact we didn't get Apadana in Pasargadae, but it is really going to pay off in dividends as the game goes on. And I do suspect we're going to have a late game war, at least with China. I would definitely like to conquer Cleopatra. It's just the map is... This is not an easy map when it comes to, hey, let's go conquer the neighbors. The game is guiding me in the direction of, you should probably just improve your territory, dude. So I'm just trying to listen, you know? We're 2 turns away from the meeting house. We need to improve those.
All that glisters is not gold. Often have you heard that told.
Okay. Now, this is tempting, but we don't need it yet. I probably will use it when I have access to more diplomatic policies in the future, though. Merchant Confederation is an excellent policy to have, just to improve your income in general. I do want mercenaries. Not as badly as I want humanism, though. I want access to those projects as soon as possible. Now we need as much production as we can manage in Pasargadae, so it looks like either Auckland or Tarsus. Tarsus is going to be the way to go because of the food and culture benefits of the trade route. Again, that comes from just being Persia. We're 17 turns away from the Forbidden City now, which just makes me so happy. What's this? All right, Egypt is marching up. Oh, they have musketmen now. Oh, hey. Did you just... Did Gorgo just... Did she just shake her womanhood at me? I think she just shook her womanhood at me, if I'm not mistaken. I've never actually noticed that in her leader animation, but she is okay. she's very proud of her of her sex. As well she should be. I am Gorgo, Queen of Sparta and leader of the Greeks. Who are you? What victories can you speak of? Would you like to visit our nearby city and sample our hospitality? All right, so we don't know where she is, but she knows where we are. She must have come to visit with a ship down here. So we're going to have to get out on the water and start meeting other civs soon. Now, yeah, let's buy the amphitheater here. Instant extra culture. And let's go ahead and get a builder running, and then we'll have them improve that while also building the granary, which is also available at a relatively short production cost. Almost done with the harbor here, which should be instant increase in our gold income next turn. China wants open borders. Ha! Ha! That's a no. I'm going to avoid that deal for the time being. Maybe if you propose it again... Well, I guess there wouldn't have been any threat to that, would there? Because they would have had to come all the way up here. So many ships leaving the harbors of your empire with... you long to document your explorations. With so many ships. There we go. I missed the with. Your knowledge of cartography has advanced considerably. Good, because we want to go for that next so we can have caravels. Yeah, up here... Ooh, the lightning just... Or the music just randomly stopped. I don't know why I said lightning, but yeah, it stopped. All right, now we have access to another trade route, so let's go ahead and work on that too. That'll be an excellent thing to have in this city up here. And then we do see... We need to think about recapturing that builder. He's just hanging out here. As long as we can get a unit up there to do it, should be relatively easy. Matter of fact, I think I can do that. If I go ahead and take this immortal... It's going to be 11 turns, but I may as well get him up there, because the immortal will be able to hold their own for a bit. Let's move this crossbowman there. Crossbowman doesn't have as much defensive strength as the immortal does, but it's okay. We will survive. We will survive, as the song goes. One turn away from another citizen in Ray, and that might, just might, shorten the production time on that trader, but I doubt it. Usually when there's that few turns left before a project is done, you're not going to see too much difference. Ha-ha. Eat it.
The purpose of education is to replace an empty mind with an open one.
I enjoy watching Cleopatra suffering. So, yeah, let's definitely go for a university here. Your knowledge of astronomy has advanced considerably, and I think if I build just one more... Where else do I have a university? That is not my only university, is it? It is. Wow, that's my only campus, I should say. Holy crap. Have I not built a campus anywhere else yet? I need to change that as soon as possible. All right, so. See, I kind of want to go for this now. Extra diplomatic policy slot. Yeah, let's go for the Patala Palace. If we can get to that, I know I'm going wonder crazy, but these extra slots are going to help us really lock in the lead. Regardless of what victory type we want, really. This game is just going too well. All right, so they're trying. Oh, I see. There's a unit there. Both Auckland and Seoul are going to town on Cleopatra. Okay, now here I definitely want that granary, as we discussed. We can also build the Hagia Sophia. I'm loving the road upgrade as well. Notice how quickly we were able to move down and still build that improvement. We've got our immortal on the way up. 3 turns away from a lighthouse here, which should help the housing situation go away there. All right, got our new trader done here. It looks like we might need a new campus district, but not in Ray. Let's go ahead and get this trader started. We want... Let's see. Let's do maximum production. If we trade with Zronka, we'll get a nice road going up there. So yeah, let's do that. What would be the best district to build here? An encampment's not a bad idea. So we could put it out here. Potentially, especially if I had a city here. Yeah, I'm eventually planning to put a city right here. So I think an encampment, or wait, maybe an industrial zone. Yeah, let's do an industrial zone because that'll also help a nearby city. Especially by the time we've got a city built in that area. Let's definitely improve that tile too. 3 turns until the granary's done. Immortal is almost here. All right, Cleopatra wants peace. I'm going to say no. Somebody built the mausoleum at Halicarnassus. That's fine. We weren't building it. So far, we've managed to dance around the other wonders that are being built by civilizations, with the exception of Apadana. And that's an older wonder, so far no one has really competed with us for the current wonders, which is always a good feeling. The game is recommending that I build a Pyiri there. It wouldn't get any adjacency bonuses unless I built a theater district, or already have a theater district, but like a commercial district like there, which I could do. So yeah, I'll build one there. All right, now that, well, actually there's no road to Zranka yet, so this Immortal's still gonna have a little bit of trouble getting there quickly, but they're almost in position to take that unit back. Let's go ahead and position them right there on that tile. Minimize movement turns to get into the water. All right, Tarsus no longer has a housing issue, which is great. Campus, though. We need a campus in this area. Sure, well, hang on. That's a food tile as well. Yeah, let's put it there. All right, you just need to trade with... Looks like you were already trading with Pasargadae. Eight turns away from the Forbidden City. Hopefully no one beats us to it. I mean, some of these traders that have been coming up, I could have definitely put them in Pasargadae first and gotten some extra production to the city just to accelerate it, but I think I have enough as it stands. Okay, so we have enough faith to purchase an apostle. Now, did I... Yeah, I've fully fleshed out my religion, so no more need there. By the way, just a quick derp about the previous episode when I was selecting beliefs. I had never actually, picked up on this with my eyeballs, but these icons here to the left represent different types of belief that you can have in your religion, and you can only have one of each. So that whole thing where I was talking about having scripture and the crusade, I couldn't have because they were both candle beliefs. So I'm not sure what the candle stands for, but you can only have one of each. I appreciate the commenter who pointed that out. I had not picked up on that little visual thing until that moment. It's just funny what things you miss sometimes. So let's go ahead and go for... I don't really need ancient walls here yet, and we are cranking out settlers in this town, so let's go ahead and do a settler in Tushpa. We definitely need a lighthouse here. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for one. And yeah, the Pyiri Daeza will be there. One of our many Pyiri Daezas. I want to maximize production here, and if I trade with Pasargadae, I will also get a pretty nice food bonus, so let's do that. Help the city grow faster. Are you on production focus already? No, you're not. But if I switch you to production focus, wow, you're growing slowly. Holy crap. So what I need to do is arrange for a builder to come in here soon-ish and improve that tile. And that'll help. But we are going to keep it on production focus for now. Nope. Sorry. You can bask in your war, Uranus, Cleopatra. You would make a good Spartan. Why, thank you, Gorgo. You hear that? Oh wait, I'm Cyrus. It's okay, I don't need to be a Spartan. We're good. It's actually kind of interesting. This is Persia meeting Sparta. Any 300 fans, right? Alright, we are almost ready. Come on. I want to get that unit back before the end of this episode. I want to make up for that horrendous failure. That horrendous mistake of getting that builder captured. Okay, it looks like we do actually have the tech for lumber mills. I don't remember getting it. This is the first time I've seen the icon, but we can build it. So let's go ahead and do that. One turn away from the Potala Palace, which must be built on a hill adjacent to a mountain. Oh no. Alright, so there was a little bit of a hitch there in the frame rate, but that's because something happened in the background. I heard the noise. So here's Alexander. Would you like to visit our nearby city? Yay. Your progress towards colonialism has advanced considerably. Nice.
When you're not an astronomer.
Oh, man. Okay, so... Yeah, let's go ahead and go for cartography. I want to go ahead and get some caravels in the water. And then it looks like Lisbon might have... Oh, Lisbon made peace with us automatically, so no worries there. Let's go ahead and get the next level bonus from that. I don't think we have any commercial districts yet to speak of. Alright. That was actually our last charge with that builder, but next time I have the opportunity to get a builder up here, it's going to... Actually, I'm going to have one very soon, because I don't think that builder used but one charge. Okay. Problem solved. Yeah, actually, I still have 2 builds here, so... Okay, we can improve that tile. We can also improve the crabs, which was the original objective. Oh, what was I thinking just now? I could lose the builder again. What if the barbarian comes right back up the coast? Remember, you can't move your builder units after you capture them. Gotta wait a turn.
You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is like an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty.
Okay, so first things first. We can't quite build with that builder just yet. But we need to get that farm built so that that city grows faster. Good God. All right, let's go for mercenary so we get that envoy. We've been putting that off for a bit. And how are we doing on the Forbidden City? 3 turns away? Perfect. We're going to get that this turn. Also, we might even get it... No, we're not going to... Again, at 3 turns away, growing by 1 citizen is not going to change it by, 33%. That's just not a thing. Okay, so it seems like we have barbarians near the city again. Big surprise. Let's go ahead and fire on them with our immortals. Let's build a farm here. And then I would like to get those crab, but not just yet. All right, so we've built our commercial hub here. So we're getting we have room for a new trade route, which is quite nice. I'm tempted to go ahead and, yeah, let's go ahead and build that now. Let's get more trade going, because again, that's more culture for us. And I do want to, I'm not going to end this episode till the Forbidden City is built. And we get to add that new policy. We're going to be a powerhouse civ. This is a lot of bonus slots that we're going for, and so far, no one's competing with us for them. Again, not as much warfare this series, but I am okay with that in the grand scheme. We're going to have some towards the end, definitely, but just the terrain is not allowing for it at the moment. We're not gaining war weariness because we're not losing units. So Cleopatra, you can just... Greece has got an apostle nearby. They're trying to spread their religion, which is cute.
The whole palace complex is built along a central axis, the axis of the world. Everything in the 4 directions suspend from this central point, represented by these palaces.
There it is. All right, so now we have the option of building the Potalopolis and Pasargadae as well. I kind of want to try and build it elsewhere, being totally honest, but I don't know that I have a city that's going to be able to make more progress on it. Where would I build it? On top of the rice? I don't want to give up one of my rice tiles, but there are green tiles down here that I can improve and make up for it in some ways. That's 5 food. This is 2 food. That's 2 food. So it wouldn't completely make up for it. It would be a net loss. But there are tiles up there too. It's too valuable not to go for this as soon as possible. Oh, wait. Oh, how did that happen? Did I select the wrong wonder? Was that... Oh, I selected the Hagia Sophia. Okay. That's not a bad choice either, but this is a culture bonus as well as the extra diplomatic policy slot. I am all about some extra diplomatic policies. So, we're not going to do either of these because this will affect our... This will affect our university here. But if I put one here, I do lose the bananas, which means I'm going to lose some culture. Remember, we have oral tradition as our pantheon. So this is going to be, in a way, this is going to be a loss, but I think we're making up culture in enough other ways to where it's okay. So let's go ahead and put it right there. We could also just have replaced the stone, but that's production. All right, so let's go ahead and... We need to eliminate those. And then we'll go ahead and improve those crabs. What else should we do here? We need another builder, frankly. Another settler wouldn't be a bad idea either. Let's go ahead and do another settler. Let's improve stuff up in this area. And of course, now we finally have access to another policy. It can be any policy type we like. Any policy type at all. I kind of like the idea of even more economic policies, because we're not doing too much in the way of military conflict right now, and where we are, we're doing fine. So I kind of like the idea of a meritocracy, but also 100% holy site adjacency bonuses for extra faith so that we can purchase our stuff with faith easily. +1 culture for each specialty district. See, that's so tempting. Let's put that in and see how much it helps us. We got 46.8 now. 56, yeah, huge help. Your knowledge of computers has advanced considerably. So now we're making even more progress on culture. Let's also, before I end the episode, let's have a look around and see what we might be able to purchase with faith in our various cities. Specifically here, yep, this is why. Let's go ahead and go for an archaeological museum first, so we can work towards having access to natural history and archaeologists. And we are 30 minutes into this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. And then in the next one, we're hopefully going to get pretty close to having Potala Palace built. We might have to, again, we might have to improve that and improve that. Maybe a mine here and a farm there. And there's some fish there too, so when the capital's territory expands a little bit further, we can make up for food there as well. But that's really going to help us with that. That particular policy is going to get us gold for our envoys. And right now we have how many envoys in play? Wow, almost 20. So we're doing pretty well, and we're going to keep moving towards just a strong economy and a strong setup for some endgame wars and a culture victory in the next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at noon Eastern time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.